Now there's something you don't see every day, a minigame compilation for the Nintendo Wii. Next thing you know, there'll be a minigame based on who can waggle their remote the fastest. No way, you're kidding me. This is unprecedented. This is Wii Party. So obviously, there's been an abundance of games such as this on the Wii, and as a result, the mere concept of a motion-controlled minigame compilation feels very 2007. To be perfectly honest, there's little in Wii Party to discredit that feeling of relative antiquity. This is the kind of game that, even if you've never played before, you still feel like you have. And yet, somehow, some way, Wii Party finds a way to make you smile. The latest in Nintendo's Wii series, which includes games like Wii Sports, Wii Play, and Wii Fit, Wii Party is basically a Mario Party game, only with your Mii characters and that clean, simple look characteristic of the Wii series. Wii Party includes more than 80 mini-games playable across a huge variety of gameplay modes. There's a classic board game very reminiscent of Mario Party. There are modes set up like game shows. There's much, much more. Of course, as much as there is, not much of it is all that original or surprising. The entire structure of Wii Party feels familiar, as do many of its mini-games. And yet, Wii Party has that little something extra, that indefinable spunk that makes it easy to recommend for families or college students, actually any Wii owners for whom social gatherings that devolve into gaming parties are common. It may look stale, and it should probably feel stale, but even so, Wii Party is yet another solid stroke of casual multiplayer gaming for the Wii. Now, why is that the case? Well, let's be honest, human beings are all generally self-obsessed. We may have our favorite video game characters or movie stars, but they all pale in comparison to the way we feel about ourselves. And all kidding aside, I think that's one of the biggest reasons Nintendo's Wii series, and by extension Wii Party, is so endearing and successful. Simple as it may be, it's all about the Mii. There's something immediately fun and satisfying about watching little versions of you and your friends turning into zombies and chasing each other around. That's an area in which Wii Party has a decisive advantage over just about every other minigame compilation on Nintendo's platform, Mario Party included. It's a simple touch, and it's often taken for granted on Wii, but the value it adds to a game like this is just immeasurable, and it's a big part of the reason Wii Party, for all its cliches and predictability, is still capable of laughter-filled multiplayer riots. But let's get over ourselves for a moment. What's more important is what you actually do in Wii Party. And although many of the minigames leave a familiar aftertaste, there are a few that are noteworthy, if only for how they reach beyond the television screen and turn Wii Party into more of a tangible and immersive party game than perhaps any other on the platform. For example, there are minigames that require you to pass a remote around the room like a ticking time bomb, holding down certain buttons and trying not to shake it. There's another minigame that asks one player to hide the remotes while the other players leave the room. And then it's a race to find your remote, and your only hint is the sound of sporadic noise coming from the remote speakers. These kind of games are when Wii Party is at its best, tearing down the wall that's always kept video games on the television screen. Instead of using a controller to facilitate gameplay, Wii Party sometimes uses you and your actual surroundings. And considering that you and your friends are on the screen as well, there's just something universally entertaining about that, something really fun. And especially during those moments, so is Wii Party. Now, obviously, there's almost no reason to play this game alone, but hey, Wii Party isn't a loner. Its act may be a bit routine at times, but it's a social butterfly. It's the life of the party. Wii Party may have a specific audience, but if you still gather with friends and family to play Wii, this is certainly a party worth checking out.